It's lucky we don't have to face those conditions today. If we did, our lakes and oceans would boil away. Our buildings would melt. Our monuments would crumble. But the fact that a runaway greenhouse effect is even theoretically possible on our planet means that the weather of Venus holds vital lessons for the people of Earth.
It's been horrible. I can't wait till spring. I'm counting down the days, the hours, the seconds. It's just been brutal. I mean,
got that right, tough guy. We're dealing with another round of record cold today. And this winter, it has been absolutely relentless. Already more than 3,500 daily record low temps have been set in the past 30 days. We're tracking the Arctic air.
And while the record cold moves on out, a much-needed warm spell is moving in. We're talking 10 to 15 degrees above average. We're breaking down the spring fever that's gripping the nation and has got folks screaming, finally.
And that means you in the South. Get out and enjoy the weather today while you can, because several rounds of wet weather are on the way. Some places could see more than 5 inches of rain, and we're timing all of that, the soaker in the South, coming right up.
Melting snow and ice has emergency officials keeping a close eye on the Ohio River this weekend. The river is expected to rise about 3 feet above flood stage in Portsmouth by this morning. A flood warning is in effect until tomorrow. And good morning to you. Welcome to AMHQ Weekend. I'm Kate Parker alongside Reynolds Wolf, Dr. Greg Postel, my brothers from another mother. And can you tell we are feeling the spring?
Absolutely. I think it's contagious. I really think it is. Good morning, by the way. And what a weekend to join us, America. I mean, can you believe this is the first weekend in nearly 2 months that we're not dealing with a winter storm?
Yes, and I wish I had everything to do with that, but I didn't. Mother Nature does, of course. But we still have a lot to talk about and great news with the spring weather coming.
I just feel like this weight lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like we can skip right along. Let's get to the big picture. Skip right along to that because we do still have some spots that are cold. Now, I don't want to just skip over that and mislead you. Record-breaking cold in the Northeast this morning, but we're breaking other records in some other spots.
Absolutely, and there's more if you look out towards parts of the Midwest, Central Plains. Trucking spring-like conditions headed to much of the Midwest. People are still happy about this.
Yeah, you know, and maybe not so happy about this, but at least it's relatively mild with soggy days ahead for the South. Not a cold rain, a mild rain.
Yeah, I know the rain that isn't what people want whenever it's warm outside, but hey, it's just we've got to get you the positive side of this morning, right?
Yeah,
let's go to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Now, you're on the cusp of a record right now. Record cold, that is. You know, the record low for this day is 9 degrees. Reynolds, we're forecasting 11 degrees for that low. So, I mean, we could see another record broken.
Yeah, this is no bueno. I don't think anyone is ready for this. They are ready for the warmer times, but you got to deal with the ugly before you get to the pretty stuff, at least the way it's going to feel. All right, folks, good morning to you. Here's what we have for you across parts of the Northeast. You take a look at the record lows in Washington, Dulles, out by the airport. I know, no one lives at the airport, but that's where we have some of our best weather instrumentation. And that great weather instrumentation says, boom, low so far is 3 degrees. The record at 14 set back in 1985. You see Baltimore, Atlantic City, and Baton Rouge, all themes where we see the lows that are breaking records throughout the morning. Well, throughout much of the Northeast, it is a story. The cold from Boston to Syracuse to Baltimore, Washington, D.C., even into Buffalo and Syracuse. Cold times for you. You factor in the wind chill, which is the strong winds and what it feels like to the exposed skin. Key is don't expose too much skin. That's right. That's always a wise thing to do when your wind chill is awfully low. And then you take a look at today, highs going up all the way into the 30s. An improvement in Boston, 35 degrees, 40 in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. with 46 degrees. Then for tomorrow, the hits keep coming. We see the temperatures still rising up. 30 in Syracuse, 33 in Burlington, Boston with 39 degrees. And heaven's sakes, as you get into Monday, look at that. Syracuse, 35 degrees, 57 in Washington, D.C. Would not be surprised if some of the suburbs farther to the south actually make their way up into the 60s. In Philadelphia, average high 50 degrees. Below that for today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, but Wednesday, ding, 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 ding. Look at that, 55 degrees above average by the time we get to midweek. All right, Kate, that's a wrap for you.
Hey, I like that ding, 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 ding. I like that above average because I get to deliver some of the good news this morning. Spring fever. Do you have it? We know we do. We definitely have some spring fever here on the Weather Channel. Whenever you talk about weather 24/7, it is so nice to get a break from the relentless cold and the bad news. So here's some of the good stuff. 13 days and 13 hours until spring starts. That's officially, of course, our meteorological spring started just a couple days ago, back at the beginning of March 1. So here's what we've got going on this weekend. There's a jet stream that's keeping that cold air right where we like it up in Canada. That's allowing that warmer air that's been, basically just positioned over the west coast for months now to move its center a little more to the east. So we're going to be looking at right over the Midwest. Got some good news for you there, KC. Tomorrow, 11 degrees above average. Wichita, 11 degrees above average. So 11 degrees above average. Yeah, that sounds nice. But 65? I mean, you can put on some shorts in the afternoon. That's going to feel good. Wichita, St. Louis, you're going to be at 60. Now, Chicago's still on the cold side, but look at Sunday. We get some more of that warmth up in there. 39 degrees sounds an awful lot better than 1 degree. I'll tell you that much. 61 for KC on Sunday. And then as we get into Monday, here's what else you're going to notice. We're going to be seeing those temperatures staying nice and warm. Even North Platte, you're going to be at 14 degrees above average, well into the 60s. So we're loving this. The average high in Wichita is 55. You're not even going to be close to it this week. If you're trying to make outdoor plans, make them every day, because it looks gorgeous. You've got temperatures that are going to be flirting with 70 degrees by the middle part of this upcoming week. So a nice little midweek break. You can do some outdoor grilling with the family. I think you'll really like that. How about Minneapolis? Another spot where I know in Minneapolis, 53 degrees is like flip-flop weather. So you've got that in your forecast. Monday through Wednesday, you're going to be staying in the 50s. Gorgeous, looking way above average. So good news there. South Padre, if you're trying to go on spring break, we know a lot of spring breaks starting to come up. The forecast looking good for this weekend, a little on the chilly side to be in those bathing suits, but we do have rain in the forecast later this week, and we have a lot of it. Reynolds?
No one wants to deal with, rain on spring break. It happens. Hey, guys, switching from raindrops to snow. First it was the snow, then it's the ice. Now a new winter problem that's popping up.
Take a small car like that, hit one of them potholes. They don't take a whole lot to bend that suspension. It creates a lot of work.
Yeah, those potholes, they're just going to get even worse. As temps begin to warm up, more surface landing cars in the body shop. And ahead, we're going to talk about the best way to avoid those troubling potholes. And not snow, but rain is dampening the southeast from parts of, say, San Antonio up to Atlanta and into the Carolinas. We're going to let you know where the showers are moving in and who could deal with nearly 6 inches of rainfall. That 4th story is moments away. Hey, look, friendly West Virginia. That's friendly. Nice.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Stanley Steamer, the first carpet cleaning service to be certified asthma and allergy friendly.
Right now at Men's Warehouse, save on select clearance items. Get clearance suits for only $149.99. Clearance non-iron dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
You again. Gorilla Glue. Of course.
Water activated, original Gorilla Glue expands into the materials to form an incredibly strong bond for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Fact. When you take Advil, you get relief right at the site of pain, wherever it is. Advil stops pain right where it starts. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil. Fact. Advil liquid gels are faster on tough pain than extra-strength Tylenol. And not only faster, stronger too. Relief doesn't get any better than this. Advil. Available at Walmart for a low price every day.
For a limited time, save $10 when you replace your home phone with Magic Jack Go. Every Magic Jack Go includes 12 months of free, unlimited local and long-distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. Do the math.
Click or visit Best Buy today.
This March,
one man's trash
did the work
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi. Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 66 degrees with foggy conditions. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, overcast with rain. Sunday, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hello, America, and good morning. Temperatures this weekend will reach into the 70s.
Hey, good morning, Boston. Live look at Boston University. 105.7 inches. Doesn't it sound like a radio station? 105.7 Froggy FM. That's right. There you go, guys. 2 inches away from breaking the record. The record stands at 107.6 inches. Hard to believe, folks. Well, this weekend is all hands on deck to clear the snow from South Boston streets. Reason why is because it's 8 days and counting from the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in Southie. Now, today, organizers with the city are moving the massive snow banks off the streets and the sidewalks to get the parade route all ready. Now, after word this week, the parade will go on as planned, but there are going to be some route changes. And residents, well, couldn't be happier.
I'm super excited that they're going to keep the parade in Southie this year. I think it's a local tradition, and for it to be taking place in any other part of Boston, it just wouldn't be the same.
Okay, so here's how it's going to go. The parade is now going to start at Broadway Station, but it's going to end at Farragut Road. Organizers say the route is going to be shorter as to ensure some safety for the participants, but also for the spectators. Kate?
A lot of work to be done there, Reynolds. And it's rain, actually, that's soaking up the South this weekend. You're taking a live look at Atlanta, Georgia, New Orleans, and LaPorte, Texas. So here's what you've got going on here. Rain on the way, 2 to 3 in Atlanta and Houston. You could see 5 inches of rain in New Orleans. And we're talking about Houston tonight because Houston, you're going to be seeing a lot of rain, too. You guys, this is just one of those soakers of the systems. Through the next week, you're really going to feel the warmth. But the good news is that we're not dealing with frozen precipitation. Now, if you're in Louisiana, a little bit of rain isn't a bad thing. In fact, you're in a moderate drought for most of southeast Louisiana. So if we get some rain, we're going to have a big in fact, you've already had a big improvement. Look at this. Last week, 52% of the state was in moderate drought. You now have 27% of the state. So we've already seen that go down, and it's going to improve from there. So that's the good news. Okay, so let's talk about this jet stream because this is what's going to keep that moisture moving in. And what happens is we get that dip into nice to the south, this lows that just kind of track along. We're going to see that spur up some of this moisture. So here's what goes on. We see the showers. They start to spread in starting in Texas tomorrow. Places like Brownsville all the way through Houston, right there along the coast, up into the DFW Metroplex. Even out in West Texas, you're going to be seeing some rain. This pushes off toward the east on Monday. By the time we get to Tuesday, look what happens here. This spreads all the way into the Delmarva. So we've got showers and thunderstorms. You just kind of don't get out of it. It just stays wet for several days in some of these spots. So if you're looking for some sunshine, forecast isn't looking so great. But hey, you know, you get some showers now, may help your flowers as we head into the later parts of spring. So we've got a lot of rain in store across Alabama and down into southeast Louisiana, as well as Mississippi. You're going to see a real soaker in spots up to 5 inches, and that's a concern because you could see some minor flooding, some road flooding. Not out of the question here as you get that much rainfall because this is through next Saturday. So it's good that it's happening over a long period of time, but it's still a lot of rain in the forecast. So if you're trying to get out and about in New Orleans, maybe if you're trying to go have a nice muffalata, you can go out today. If you're trying to go out on Thursday, you're going to notice it's a little more of a soaker. So your rain amounts are just going to pile up this week. Your forecast, not bad for today and tomorrow, but by the time you get to Wednesday, you're going to be like, hey, where's the sun, Reynolds?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, tough times there, but they're getting some rain. I guess that's some good news for them. Hey, speaking of precipitation, it's been a rough few weeks across Texas because they've gone from snow to ice to raindrops. And all that weather's created a problem for drivers. We're talking about, potholes. And businesses are struggling to keep up with the demand for repairs. KXAN reporter Brian Scott has all the details.
Denton body shops are still playing catch-up from last spring's hailstorm.
And you got a sandal?
Now Daryl Jenkins' team just got a whole lot busier thanks to the snow.
Front end, rear end wrecks.
With more vehicle damage bumping this way.
Take a small car like that, hit one of them potholes. It don't take a whole lot to bend that suspension. It creates a lot of work.
Potholes are all over the major roadways right now, especially the spots that saw a lot of ice or a lot of plow and truck traffic to clean up that ice last week. Many bridges are also a mess, like this one in Hickory Creek, where cars swerve to avoid, but often just can't.
Sometimes you just can't miss them.
We spoke with local cities and leaders with the 35 Express project. They've all got crews assessing the damage and are scheduling temporary repairs to get drivers by for now. But with so many holes and likely more if weather hits again, it'll take some time. They're backed up just like Jenkins, so to keep out of the body shop, they say keep driving with caution.
Slow down, watch for potholes. I guess the road crews will get to them sooner or later.
Wow. Big problem in Texas.
Yeah, not just Texas. It's a lot of spots that we're seeing these huge potholes. And I know personally, I try and avoid them.
Do you?
But every now and then, you just take one out.
Yeah, kind of hard to do when you're racing along there. Hey, folks, as our cold temperatures give way to warmth coming up this week, we've got more and more of those potholes Kate was talking about. They're going to pop up on those roads.
Yeah, and coming up in the next hour, we're actually going to dig into how those potholes form, the conditions that need to be in place so that you can be prepared for that.
That's just amazing.
Just amazing.
All right, just ahead, folks. Further proof that age is just a number. That's right. 91-year-old skier.
That's Reynolds. Reynolds is a 91-year-old
skier. Come on.
Claritin D presents two allergy sufferers. One had allergies with nasal congestion, so he tried the newest allergy spray, which could take several days to feel the full effect of relief. The other went straight to the pharmacy counter for the fast, powerful relief of Claritin D. It's tough on allergies with nasal congestion and starts to work in just 30 minutes. The moral? Nothing works faster than Claritin D. Find it at the pharmacy counter and live Claritin Clear.
You know you're going to go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
I am the luckiest woman in the world because I was one of the first people to sail on Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's beautiful Grand Celebration, the newest cruise to the Bahamas and by far the best cruise ship to ever sail from the port of Palm Beach. With 2 nights on the ship, great food, lots of pampering, a spectacular day in the Bahamas, and prices from just $149, you can get lucky too by calling 800-814-7100 today. I had so much fun that the next time I take a 2-night cruise, I'm going to add a 2-night stay in the Bahamas at a beautiful resort with soft white sand beaches and crystal clear water. This 4-night Bahamas cruise and resort stay package is the best vacation value anywhere. So what are you waiting for? Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100. And let the fun begin.
So call now, 1-800-805-4176. Online at drstumpgrinder.com.
This March, one man's trash, this is perfect, is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier. Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s brought to you by Lowe's, who remind you to turn your clocks ahead. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Something entirely new is being built into Bounty. Dawn. New Bounty with Dawn. Just rinse and ring. So you can blast right through tough messes and pick up more.
Oh, aren't we clever?
New Bounty with Dawn. Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Currently in our area, 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, overcast with rain showers at times. Low 71. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Okay, check this out. Today, the Cranmore Mountain Resort in New Hampshire is celebrating the legendary ski troops of World War II, including this guy, who at 91 years old is still going strong on the slopes. Take a listen.
I'm 91. I live in Wolfboro, and currently I am the last of the 10th Mountain Vets that is still racing in the USSA Masters Alpine program.
That is really cool. Richard Calvert is racing today at the Hans Schneider Meister Cup. Try to say that 3 times fast. The fundraiser at the North Resort in North Conway, New Hampshire. Also being honored this weekend, 100-year-old World War II vet Nelson Bennett, who skied there up to the age of 95. Wow, that's really cool. All right, guys, let's dodge the powder, make our way over to Kate and Postel.
Reynolds, how
Yes.
cool is that? I
Very
definitely
cool.
want, I mean, 91 years old, still skiing.
Very
Amazing.
impressive.
I hope I'm still
I wanna
upright
do
at
that.
91.
Yeah, I hope I can still stand, let alone ski. All right, so we've got not a lot of winter weather going on, but we've got some hopefulness, right? And the pattern, we're giving people hope today.
Yeah, I mean, that was the theme, right? To talk about the spring weather coming. And I think a lot of people are going to finally really look forward to it and appreciate it after, what we've been through the last month. Let's go in the next 2 weeks, we think. This is the areas that are more likely to see above average temperatures. Those are the oranges and reds. And the areas that are more likely to see below averages are in the blues, including the Northeast, where there's quite a bit of snow on the ground. That may hold back their temps for a while. But also, this is kind of peculiar, don't you think, Kate? I mean, you and I were looking at that. Why is it likely to be below average here and above average there? It's not like there's going to be an Arctic air mass coming into Texas.
From Mexico.
Right.
That's not exactly how the atmosphere works. But you were showing me something that is just a little disheartening for me personally because of vacation plans. But I think that some folks in Texas who have drought conditions may like this.
Yes, and right now it's quiet in the satellite pictures over Texas. But look, we got some clouds moving in from the southwest. What's that all about? Well, it's more than just a few benign little clouds. There's a strong jet stream that's coming out of the Pacific, and you can see it. There's Hawaii, Kate, moving into the U.S. like that. This is a very strong core of winds, over 100 miles per hour at high altitudes, and a lot of that is coming out of and associated with a big, huge cluster of thunderstorms in the South Pacific. For reference, there's Australia. So let's highlight that.
It's much larger than Australia, for reference. This is very big.
It's a big one. And, there's the models, and I'll show this at 50 past the hour, are spinning up a very powerful typhoon out of this area of thunderstorms. Goes into the southern hemisphere and into the ocean. That's good news. But the idea is that there are a lot of angry, gnarly thunderstorms out there that I think will thump the weather pattern here in North America.
Yeah, so why is this going to flow this our direction?
Well, you can see when I put on the high altitude winds here, and you have those thunderstorm clusters out there, and what they do is the outflowing air atop the thunderstorms. On a summer day when you look at a thunderstorm, the top of the cloud kind of spans outward around the horizon. This is like a whole lot of them, like a million of them.
Just like a million. Take everything that you're thinking and multiply it times a million.
It by a lot. But a lot of these high altitude, high winds are coming out of that thunderstorm cluster and strengthening that jet stream over the subtropics. And that core of very strong jet stream winds is going to be feeding Pacific air into the U.S.
And so that's where our cooler air is going to come from into Texas, but everyone else is going to enjoy a nice little warm up. I think the Texans, though, I think they're over the cold air, but we're not talking cold with this.
No, that's a really good point, because this air that we were just talking about is coming in along a zone like that. that. So watch this. Next Saturday, you're looking across the board. The temperatures are generally mild. But Sunday, notice that Bismarck is about the same temperature as Dallas. So you might think, okay, yes, it's very warm up there. But the reason why you're not likewise as warm relative to average is because there are going to be some probably rain showers moving into parts of the southeast over the next few days and late next week, thanks to that enhanced subtropical threat.
I mean, look at that. Dr. Postel not only giving us what we need to know for this weekend, but so you can plan ahead to next weekend.
Gotta look ahead,
well,
right?
Bam. I love it. All right, let's go ahead and see what Reynolds is doing back in the studio.
Okay, well, it is easy to see that the Northeast is dealing with some record cold this morning. We're going to take a look at some of the places feeling some bone-chilling cold after getting smacked around by Winter Storm Thor. Plus, you've got to stop what you're doing and take a look at this. Terrifying moments. You see it right there. More on that story, what'll happen, and our condition. It's coming up in a few moments. Hey, stick around.
What's he doing? You think I have time to run into?
Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class, the 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Hi, Phil Swift here. Everyone tells us how much they love Flex Seal. And now, we created something really incredible. Flex Seal Colors. The new colorful way to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. Flex Seal Colors have the same sealing power as the original. Now in vibrant colors that can transform and protect virtually anything. Just a quick shot fills cracks and holes, stopping the toughest leaks while remaining completely flexible. It's actually liquid rubber in bold, beautiful colors. Forget thin, runny spray paints. Flex Seal's thick rubberized formula covers fast with just one pass. Perfect for making everything look brand new. Use Flex Seal Colors to stop tough leaks around your home and even repair all your household items with ease. Unlike paint, Flex Seal Colors thick liquid dries to a watertight, flexible, rubberized coating. Ideal for arts and crafts, sealing outdoor decorative items, even projects and hobbies. This artist was able to create a huge mural using only Flex Seal Colors. That's amazing! We Flex Sealed everything you see here. Imagine what you could do with Flex Seal Colors. Now you can go from dingy and old to colorful and bold. You can get Flex Seal in your choice of color for just $19.99. But wait, we're going to double your order and send you 2 cans. Plus, we'll include a handy can of Flex Shot, the easy way to caulk, bond, and seal virtually anything. You get 2 cans of Flex Seal Colors and a handy can of Flex Shot, all for just $19.99. You're going to love Flex Seal Colors. Here's how to order.
To order Flex Seal Colors, call 1-800-503-5018 or go to getflexseal.com. That's 1-800-503-5018. This offer is not available in stores. Call or go online now.
You know you're going to go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
So let's go!
I've never been so terrified.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Currently in our area, 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, cloudy with occasional rain showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, overcast with rain showers at times. Low 71. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, considerable cloudiness with occasional rain showers. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi.
Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Okay, you already know this. I mean, we've seen a lot of wild, I know, right? This video this winter, but this may be the most dramatic. This frightening scene in Rhode Island, all caught on camera. A team was trying to walk to safety when they were hit by a driverless car. Several vehicles, I know, right? Several vehicles got stuck on a snow and ice covered hill, and that's when this lady got out of the car.
Oh, man, the car was not even moving, like trying to get out of the way. Obviously, another car out of control. This is terrifying.
Yep, indeed.
And it was an 18-year-old that was hit. But luckily, only minor injuries there.
Thank heavens. I mean, wow, that is certainly a terrifying thing. Could have ended very differently, no question.
All right, it's 30 past the hour. You're watching AMHQ Weekend. I'm Kate Parker, along with Reynolds Wolf and Dr. Greg Postel, my brothers. I just love it. I love that everybody's in house this weekend. Welcome back, Reynolds.
Well, it's great. It's great to be here, and we've got all kinds of things to talk about, including the record cold, the spring fever. To the soggy south, we've got you covered this morning.
We do, and you got to check this out.
Yep.
Look at this graphic here that I got for you. What is that? Is this tropical season?
What?
Are you kidding me? I'm looking near Australia, and I'm seeing some tropical systems coming out, big-time typhoons. What does that have to do with our weather? You know what? I'll tell you at 50 past.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Talk about a tease.
It's coming.
Talk about a tease.
Where do you want to go? We didn't even talk about this during the break.
We didn't even talk about where we want to go. Where do you want to see a forecast for? Why don't you tweet at us and we'll do it next time. Okay, let's go down south. What do you think?
Okay, let's go into
the southeast.
Yeah,
we do have some rain in the forecast. Hey, how about Orlando?
Okay,
we have a lot of people doing spring break and they're trying to go out on those Disney World plans. Maybe go out to Universal Studios and Harry Potter World. I mean, not that I love Harry Potter or anything. So here's your forecast.
Really good.
Yeah, good. Get a butterbeer and enjoy your cloudy afternoon. 67 degrees. That's not bad for Orlando.
Absolutely, but I mean, thank heavens it's on a day when you're, in the 90s, because 90s with a stomach full of butterbeer, it's not a good thing. It ends up pretty bad.
It's not a good combo.
Most definitely. All right, guys. You could call this a rocky slide down some snowy steps. These thrill seekers are sledding down the stairs of the Philadelphia Art Museum. You know where the big Rocky statue happens to be. They better take advantage of it while they can, because the highs are going to reach only the 40s for today. But man, that looks like fun. That is the kind of thing that, well, I hate to say it, that Kate would do, Postel would do, and I would definitely do. Probably better that we're not there this morning. Goodness
gracious. Can we make a fake snowy steps here in the studio?
We can make all dreams reality, Kate. You know that. Absolutely.
Hey,
oh my goodness. Looks like
Reynolds.
Yes, ma'am.
Time to ring the bell.
Do it.
There it is, Washington, D.C. This is at Dulles Airport, a new record, 3 degrees. That's what your record low is this morning. Your old record, 14 degrees, set back in 1985. So record broken by 11 degrees. How do you warm up today? Well, into the 40s. Washington, how do your temperatures grow? By Wednesday, you're at 61 degrees. So we've got good news. You're slowly coming out of this frozen tundra that you've been living in D.C. So good news there. At night, it is still going to be on the chilly side, but not a bad looking forecast for you, if I do say so myself. Could be looking a lot worse. Okay, now to put it mildly, it's been a rough winter, right? Especially in the Northeast. Storm after storm after storm. Dumping snow on several cities, and that means millions of us looking forward to spring. Reagan Medji takes a look at how the nation is catching cabin fever.
It seems like we've been at a stretch now where it's like the overnight lows are -10. It's brutal to be outside doing anything, even for the people who like being outside and this stuff. To be quite honest, it's like you're dying for spring now.
Adam Herringshaw, who works at St. Joseph's Hospital and Medical Center in Syracuse, endured brutal winters in upstate New York his entire life.
Good job.
But this father of 3 young, cheery girls reached his breaking point mid-February.
My daughter had a cheerleading competition in Atlantic City. Saturday afternoon in Atlantic City, it was a balmy 55. We were outside in shorts and stuff like that. How is it, Jem? I think that was the tip of the iceberg that said, listen, we made it this far. Florida's not too much further away.
But back home they went to the regular routine in Syracuse, surrounded by several feet of snow and February's average temperature of 9 degrees.
You just scratch your head saying, what am I doing here? We had definitely had it, at least I had. A week later, We packed our 3 daughters up in the car and headed south.
An overnight drive took them from this to this in Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
I think it was a touch of cabin fever, and it was nice to be able to put a pair of shorts on and play some golf and things like that and get outside with the girls.
But soon, these snapshots of their week would be just memories as they had to pack up and head back north.
Coming back, I was in somewhat of denial. We wore shorts literally all the way back. So it was somewhat painful walking up our 200-foot driveway in 3 foot of snow.
Because as luck would have it, Winter Storm Pandora was there waiting to welcome them home.
No, thank you. No, thank you at all. From cabin fever to spring fever, we're going to make that transition. And we're also going to show you what's happening in places like, well, where it's going to be warmer, mainly in parts of the south. As we advance these maps, what we're going to be showing you is that you're going to see a lot of the cold still up towards parts of the upper Midwest, Fargo. You've got cold conditions, but notice the arrows all on the upswing. That's an improvement. That's great. Things are going to be warming up. So you got that going for you. One of the reasons why is the jet stream. We see a ridge developing out towards the west. Towards the east was still a little bit of a trough, but notice the change. Wow, almost a zonal flow as we get our way into early next week. You see that cold up there? Sit, stay, stay. Stay. I feel like we're talking to a pet, right? The cold air. We wanted to stay up there so we can actually modify those temperatures, warm things up. Kansas City going to 61 degrees outside Kauffman Stadium. Baseball season can't get here soon enough. Feels like baseball season in St. Louis is 60 degrees outside New Busch Stadium. In Rapid City, 55 degrees. Chicago, a little bit on the downswing, 1 degree below average with 41 degrees. And then notice as we make that jump into Sunday, we still see even more improvements. So a lot of people across the region are going to be smiling with 52 in Rapid City, rapidly warming up in Wichita with 64 degrees. And then come Monday, what a great way to start the work week. It's almost like you want the weekend just to continue. Look at that. 59 degrees in Kansas City, Minneapolis, Twin Cities, both sides of the Mississippi River, going to 15. Kansas City, you're going to be going up, 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 up. 69 degrees by Wednesday. And scale back in the mid-60s by Friday, but still, the trend continues. All right, we've got so much more coming up on this new season. We're talking spring right around the corner. Hopefully you will be too.
Right now at Men's Warehouse, save on select clearance items. Get clearance suits for only $149.99. Clearance non-iron dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
The garden is the story of our lives, told and retold. It's as old as our time on Earth and as new as tomorrow. You can have a yard, or slightly less. Gardening isn't about where we choose to live. It's about how we choose to live. Miracle Grow. Life starts here.
I got red dirt stains on my boots and jeans. Careless fingers from my guitar strings. Wild like the wind in the tall pine trees. I got roots and I got wings.
When you feel good, no one is immune. With antioxidants, electrolytes, and B vitamins, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges, Emergency transforms more than just water. Emergency, let your awesome out.
Anna, Tom, what can I help you find today?
We are repainting, but our kids are tough on walls.
I totally get it. You need Valspar. It's our best paint. And with the Valspar color guarantee, if you don't like the color, you get a new one free.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Change color for free?
We've been doing that for years. Hey, Val, check it out. Hey, Val.
I see you, honey.
Hurry in now to save big on sample pints in any color. Just 99 cents each this month only. Going to the paint studio at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I don't know what I should do next.
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix.com.
Let's party!
We make it easy to create your own all-pro website. All by yourself.
Farve and carve.
You did that yourself?
Don't look so surprised.
Go to Wix.com. Create your website today.
Currently in our area, 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Low 71. Winds east northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Can you believe it? It has been 11 days since the last tornado spawned here in the United States. And this one you're seeing here was near Bakersfield, California. That was back on February, 23rd. It was rated EF0 and was seen for about 10 minutes or so. Now, luckily, this twister caused minimal damage to the area. And this year, it has been the quietest tornadic start to the year since 2004. For more on why there's been such little activity, we head to the lab and our severe weather expert. We're talking to Dr. Greg Forbes.
We've gotten to the time of year when typically the tornado threat ramps up. We've been off to a very slow start. Of course, a lot of that has to do with this winter pattern that we've been in that has had us cold and stable, too stable for those tornadoes. Way below average February. In fact, only had 2 tornadoes compared to an average of 36, so that's 94% below average. And the year to date, 27. We've only had 4 tornadoes since January 4th. We had most of these tornadoes back in the 3rd and 4th of January, so we're 2/3 below average thus far. Now, in terms of the March tornadoes, we tend to get about 78 on average. Last year, we only had 20 for the whole month. The record month back in 1976, we had a lot of tornado outbreaks, and so that gave us 186 tornadoes. Now, some of those outbreaks can be pretty large. The average for a whole month is 78. One outbreak in 2006 had 74 alone, and others have had over 50, so we can get some pretty big outbreaks. When the tornadoes occur, they tend to be in these red shaded areas, either above average areas. The numbers indicate 5 times above the national average for Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, and additional areas there as you see in red. It's been very quiet this year because the jet stream has coming in from the northwest, and that means cold air has been driving into much of the country, and that is too stable for tornadoes. The pattern changes a little bit here. You see in the forecast for the end of the coming week, the jet stream goes up into Canada, allows some warm air to come into the U.S. A bit of a southern branch actually comes in from the southwest, and so that by Friday and Saturday could actually give us the beginning of what will be somewhat of a ramping up severe weather threat. So stay safe, everybody. Remember your tornado safety rules. Indoors, lowest, innermost portion of a sturdy building. Have something maybe like a helmet to protect your head. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Forbes. All right, let's dig into what's going to be expected across the soggy South. Was that kind of a giveaway? Yeah, I think so. Soggy South basically tells the story of what you can anticipate. I'm going to step out of the way for a moment, take a look at this graphic. Can you believe that, Houston? George Bush International, or rather Intercontinental Airport, shows a Sunday forecast expecting about 1 1/3 inches of rainfall. And you look at the record on that date, 1.06, so topping records there. But even Monday, we see that continue, where the record was 1.18 set back in 1994, expecting nearly 1.5 inches of rainfall in the Houston area. Might see a bit less or more over in Sugar Land. It's going to be kind of sporadic around Houston, always seems to be. All right, as we continue to drive our way through, the reason why the forecast is going to be so interesting is blame it on the jet stream. Get the storm track. We're going to see upper disturbances moving right across this area, and it's going to pull moisture off the Gulf of Mexico. So when you have that moving into the deep south, and you've got the lifting mechanism in that low. The jet stream is also going to play a part being a catalyst, and this is what you get. Widespread showers over several days, and notice it's going to be not just in places like Houston, but San Antonio. Let's take our way up I-35 into New Braunfels, into Austin. You can expect scattered showers there. Little Rock, Jackson, Nashville, even into much of Alabama. And then by Tuesday, we see the raindrops moving into Atlanta. Blue Ridge, yeah, you can expect some heavy showers there too. And even by Wednesday, by midweek, we see more of the showers even into the great state of Florida. Sea breeze showers, not so much, but still bringing in that low, bringing the moisture, you get the rainfall. Kate?
Now let's take a look at weather headlines this morning, Reynolds, because we've got a lot of them. New York's LaGuardia Airport has reopened its second runway. This was after removing a Delta jetliner that skipped skidded and smashed through a fence on Thursday morning. 6 people were hurt in the incident, and the NTSB plans to review the flight data and the cockpit voice recorders to try and figure out what went wrong. And in Tennessee, the death toll from Winter Storm Thor has reached 4, including the death of a man who lost control of his car after hitting an icy spot in the road and sliding into the path of an oncoming car. Police say 64-year-old Joe Dempsey died from his injuries. The 2 other people in the other car are expected to be okay. And a lack of snow has caused the start of the annual Iditarod Great Sled Race to be pushed farther north in Alaska. The ceremonial start will still take place today in Anchorage, where workers are filling the trails with snow, but will then reset on Monday in Fairbanks because of the normal trail's lack of snow cover. So big weather changes there. Can you believe it, Reynolds? We've got all the snow that we need down here in the Northeast that they need for the Iditarod up in Alaska.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure Boston would love to make the gesture and send some of the snowfall there.
We'll just ship it north.
Absolutely.
We're shipping it west.
There you go. You know, and speaking of shipping, we're going to spring forward this weekend. Clocks in most parts of the country move ahead 1 hour tomorrow morning. It turns out there are some added benefits. Find out what they are coming up.
There's a light that shines within our pets. So at Petco, we handpick foods that help keep that light shining, like Purina Pro Plan Bright Mind, shown to promote mental sharpness in dogs age 7 and older. Because what we feed them matters. Petco.
Working on my feet all day made my lower back really hurt.
I had to work through my knee pain.
My foot pain, it kept coming back until I found custom-fit orthotic inserts at this free Dr. Scholl's Foot Mapping Center at Walmart. Now, they give me immediate pain relief. In less than 2 minutes, I got my foot map and custom number. I'm a 440.
330.
A 210.
It matched the inserts with the right support for me. Now I get immediate relief from my foot pain.
My knee pain.
My lower back pain.
Find a Walmart with a machine at drscholl's.com.
Still paying too much for home phone service? Do the math. Magic Jack costs only $35 a year for unlimited local and long distance calling to the U.S. and Canada. And with the mobile app, your home or business calls also ring on your smartphone.
Click or visit Walmart today.
It's all about the Washingtons. Look what your $2 gets you, baby. Loads of flavor and meat.
Rallies and Checkers' new $2 chicken slider box. Our classic chicken slider or tried buffalo style. Box with fries for $2. Rallies and Checkers.
It's in the bag.
Try Unisom Liquid. When you can't wind down, it helps you fall asleep quickly and wake refreshed. Unisom Liquid. A stressful day deserves a restful night. And to melt away your restless nights, try fast-dissolving Unisom Quick Melts.
If you love your pet this much, this much, this much, or even this much, then your pet deserves Pet Supermarket. You'll find the most knowledgeable associates, the name brands you know and trust, and the best toys and treats. And you'll find that your pet loves Pet Supermarket this much. Pet who? Pet Supermarket.
Call now, 1-800-805-4176. Online at drstumpgrinder.com.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s brought to you by Lowe's, who remind you to turn your clocks ahead. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Each year, 17 billion toilet paper tubes are used. Enough to fill the Empire State Building. Twice. Toss the tube for good with Scott Naturals Tube Free.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Currently in our area, 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Low 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All right, America, you love this guy, and he's got some decent words to tell us. I mean, I know we've been really talking about so much the winter weather, but now a little bit of a respite, wouldn't you say?
I think so. Let's look at the next 8 to 14 days. The Climate Prediction Center has put out their map of where they think it's more likely to be warmer than average and where it's more likely to be colder than average. You can see a lot of the country now is seeing a lot more oranges and reds, so likely going in that direction, back toward or above average in many of those locations. And notice this, though, likely below average there in Texas. Now, that's not because the Arctic air is coming in. I think that's more because more precipitation may be moving into the southern tier of the United States. Not really right now, but you can kind of see some clouds moving in like in that direction, right, Reynolds? Can you see those high clouds coming
I do see those high clouds.
Yeah, and that may be a harbinger of things to come. I think we're starting to see some more subtropical energy, high altitudes coming in, and that is going to help, I think, bring some rain along the southern tier over the next week to 10 days. So you can see these clouds moving in. They're really fast. I was just looking at some of the wind speeds out there. They're about 150 miles per hour at the jet stream level, so up about 35,000 feet. So if you're flying actually from LA to Hawaii, it might take a little bit longer than normal, unless maybe you take one of these routes up that way.
Yeah, I mean, that is trucking. That is really
you can find yourself into a pretty nasty headwind. So the question is, where is that coming? This flow right here that is going to be impacting the lower 48, not only bringing some moisture to the southern part, but also helping to warm us up a little bit. Instead of having the Canadian flow, we have the Pacific flow. Where is it coming from, Reynolds?
My goodness.
You see, I see a lot of thunderstorms out there, really gnarly ones.
Now, is that part of your intertropical convergence zone?
There's part of it. I think there's also an enhancement from what's called the MJO. We can talk about that another time tomorrow.
Gotcha.
But there's a pulse of active thunderstorms that's beginning to now move around the tropics, and it's growing in amplitude. So we're going to see a lot more of these thunderstorms flare up over the South Pacific. And you might think, what does that have to do with anything? Well, you know what? It will probably spawn a very powerful tropical system, maybe equivalent of a Cat 5 in the South Pacific here in just a couple of days, maybe late toward the end of next week.
Goodness.
But I think relating that to our weather, nasty weather on the other side of the world also contributes a lot to our weather. Look at the outflow at high altitudes coming out of those thunderstorms and all that tropical stuff. It is going toward us, Reynolds, and you can see that in the jet stream winds. They're really flying, and that's going to give us all that Pacific influence that we think over the next couple of weeks.
How weird. Southern Pacific moisture could cause headaches for people in Houston from heavy rainfall.
Look at our temperatures next Saturday. Not bad everywhere. We're finally getting that Pacific influence, right? But also notice this. We talked about this earlier. Look at the difference. Really not much of a difference next weekend between Bismarck and Dallas.
Sure.
You know, we don't have any Arctic air coming in. We know that. Why is Dallas not that much warmer than Bismarck? Thanks to that tropical Pacific connection with some rainy times in the south.
All right, very interesting. Thanks so much. All right, folks, we've got more coming up. You're watching AMHQ Weekend, and this guy, Dr. Greg Postel.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class, the 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
At Ancestry, we call it a hint. Simply type in a name and follow the Ancestry leaf far into your family's past. A past filled with stories that intrigue and inspire. And in doing so, reveal the one unique, improbable, and completely remarkable path that led to you. Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
How do I get hotel deals nobody else gets? I know a guy.
Priceline Negotiator.
I know this guy, Coloito, and this guy who knows a guy.
Hey, guy.
I know a guy in New York, Vegas, Dallas. I've known some guys for decades, and some, nice to meet you. Let's deal. My competitors may know a guy. But I know over 60,000 guys. And girls.
Exclusive hotel deals up to 60% off. Priceline.com.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Louisville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Weekday mornings, Jim Cantori, Sam Champion, and Jennifer Delgado on AMHQ, starting at 7.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Guys, here we go again. It's time to spring forward. Clocks are going to, in most parts of the U.S., move ahead 1 hour at 2 a.m. tomorrow. We lose an hour of sleep, Reynolds.
It's hard to believe, but the question is, why exactly is that done? And could that actually be good for us? NBC's Chris Palone takes a look.
Time for something we can't see, touch, or taste. We sure do worry about it a lot.
3, 2, engine start. 1.
Just think, nothing would ever get into space without a lengthy countdown. And what fun would moving from one year to another be if we didn't have a ceremony to mark the exact moment when it happens? But it turns out there might be some benefit to losing an hour of sleep. Getting a little more daylight in your life could be good for you.
We benefit from being near daylight, and it's because it lowers our blood pressure, puts us in a better mood, gets our body producing serotonin. It also gets the body producing melatonin, which allows us to sleep better at night.
Any symbol of spring, no matter how insignificant, will certainly be welcome in places like here in Boston, where some of the biggest snowbanks might not melt completely until May or June.
And our bodies are designed to be in the outdoors, and so when we sit all day at a cubicle, that's not good for us.
Daylight saving time, remember, no S on saving if you want to sound smarter than your friends, has been around for about 100 years, but became widely adopted in the U.S. during the 60s. Over the years, it's been argued it helps cut energy consumption from lights and heating, lowers crime rates and accidents, and even sells more French fries at fast food restaurants. All ideas that have been widely disputed. Research has also shown some people report feeling groggy or disoriented for days after adjusting their clocks. If that's you, take comfort. We fall back to standard time in November. And with that, I'm out of time. Thanks for giving me some of yours. Chris Palone, NBC News, Boston.
Hey, good stuff. Hey, don't go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. We're going to be back in just a few moments.
And guess what? 20 hours and 3 minutes until we go to daylight saving time.
You owned your car for 4 years. You named it Brad. You loved Brad. And then you totaled him. You two had been through everything together. 2 boyfriends, 3 jobs. You're like, nothing can replace Brad. Then Liberty Mutual calls. And you break into your happy dance.
If you sign up for better car replacement, we'll pay for a car that's a model year newer with 15,000 fewer miles than your old one. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Put your personal touch on 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com. To stay one step ahead of winter, it takes the latest state-of-the-art technology. The ultimate protection for any car, truck, or SUV is WeatherTech floor liners. They're laser measured to perfectly protect your vehicle. Front, back, even up the sides. Simply go to WeatherTech.com and order your ultimate vehicle protection today. Or call 1-800-CarMats. This winter calls for WeatherTech.
Currently in our area, 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's been horrible. I can't wait till spring. I'm counting down the days, the hours, the seconds. It's just been brutal. I mean,
testify. That's right. We are dealing with another round of record cold today, and this winter it has been absolutely relentless. Already more than 3,500 daily record low temps have been set in the past 30 days. We're tracking the Arctic air.
Okay, you can keep your cold. We're going to be talking about some much needed warmth moving in. Temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above average. Okay, we're going to break down the spring fever that is gripping the nation and has folks out there going, finally.
Yeah, hopefully that's all they're screaming, right? And then that means you in the South. Spring is coming your way. Let's get out and enjoy the weather today while you can, because several rounds of wet weather are on the way. Some places could see more than 5 inches of rain. And guess what? We're timing it all out for you today.
All right, melting snow and ice has emergency officials keeping a close eye on the Ohio River this weekend. The river is expected to rise about 3 feet above flood stage. That's in Portsmouth by this morning. A flood warning is in effect until tomorrow. So that's the bad news of this thaw that we have going on. Good morning. Welcome to AMHQ Weekend. I'm Kate Parker along my spring brothers here. We've got Reynolds Whip and Dr. Greg Postow.
That's right. And we're so glad you could join us this morning on March 7th. And what a weekend to join us, America, because can you believe this is the first weekend in nearly 2 months that we're not dealing with a big winter storm?
Yeah, right. You might think, what are we going to cover? There's always something, and we'll find it for you.
There is, but at least we kind of have a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Let's go to the big picture.
Let's do
what
that.
do you think? No light at the end of the tunnel just yet for the Northeast. Not today, at least, because you have record-breaking cold.
Do we need a contrast? I think we do. Let's take you to something that's going to warm your heart. Here you go. Central Plains, Northern Plains, spring-like conditions are headed for much of the Midwest. So many people happy about that.
Yeah, and it's going to rain in the South, we think, for the next couple of days. Perhaps we got some soggy days there, but it's not really going to be that cold. I think that's good news. So kind of rain, but mild.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it as long as it's no more frozen precipitation there. Let's take a live look at New York City, where you're experiencing a very cold morning. 16 degrees is what we're looking at for JFK. Your record low is 13 degrees, so we don't think that you're going to break it, but you're going to be awfully close, Reynolds.
That's right. Let's talk about what you have there. What a great shot. Isn't that beautiful? Always spectacular in New York City. It doesn't matter if you're on the East River, the Hudson, either way is fantastic. All right, guys, let's go ahead and dive right into this. You see the record cold we have this morning, and we do have some records so far. The low in Washington, Dulles, out of the airport, we have 3 degrees. The record is at 14. That was set back in 1985. Baltimore was 7 degrees. I'm telling you, chilly times there. Annapolis, the same thing. All across parts of the region, it is brutal. And you see Atlantic City, also chilly times. So what are we talking about in terms of temperatures? Well, and it really depends on where you happen to be. If it's Burlington, you've got 17 degrees. Boston, you've got 17, 14 in State College, 12 in Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. with 20. The wind can make a difference. It can make cold temperatures, cold conditions feel even colder. For a guy who's been out on the road the last 4 weeks, let me tell you, that definitely is a big difference, and people in Buffalo know it very well. Same deal in places like Boston. We're expecting highs today going to 35 degrees in Boston. New York City, we're 38 degrees, Philadelphia with 40, and Washington, D.C. with 46. For tomorrow, we see the warmer conditions begin to move across more of the region. Isn't that nice? I think so. Washington, D.C. with 50 degrees, 70 wishful thinking. And then by the time we get to Monday, 36 in Buffalo, 44 in Pittsburgh, and 46 in New York City, Washington, D.C., 3 degrees shy of 60. Would not be surprised if suburbs to the south of D.C. actually get to that point. In Philadelphia, average high at 50. You're not going to get above that for today, for tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday. But Wednesday, goodness gracious, going to 55 degrees. Unbelievable. Spring. About to spring. All right, over to you guys.
We got to spring into it in Minneapolis. Cabin fever to spring fever in the mid-cities this week. That's what you're going to be feeling. Okay, so today, 39 degrees. 53 though by Tuesday. How's that sound for the Midwest? You guys, this is going to be just such a nice break from the cold that you've been experiencing. In fact, we're counting down 13 days, 12 hours until spring officially arrives. Now, we are in meteorological spring already, so we do have a little bit of that hint of spring weather in the air, and I think that it's just kind of giving us all a little bit of hopefulness, as is this jet stream. It's keeping that cold air fenced into our north, which means that warmth we've been seeing over California, it's going to spread a little bit more to the east. It's going to share the wealth a little bit with folks in the Midwest. So we're going to lock in the cold air north to the south, and I do even mean just a little bit to the south. Places like Minneapolis, you're going to be above average tomorrow. The same for KC and Wichita. Take a look at this. Sunday, you've got temperatures that are in the 60s across much of the Midwest, Kansas and Missouri, and then on into Illinois even. You're going to be a little bit on the cooler side. Now, Chicago, you stay a little bit chilly, but the good news is it's not 1 degree. It is better than the -10 that Reynolds was standing in last weekend. I'll tell you that. A lot warmer, 44 degrees above zero, which is what we like to hear in Chicago. 63 for you on Monday in North Platte. So as you're heading back to school and work, it's going to feel fabulous. You're going to get this nice thaw in Minneapolis. 37 degrees, that's your average high. You'll be sitting in the 50s for a vast majority of this week, which we know is flip-flop weather that far north. So if you are trying to make those outdoor grilling plans, might be a good time to do so. Maybe start digging out some of that spring clothes. Wichita, Kansas, you can do the same, because by Wednesday, 70 degrees for a high. Reynolds, we love that.
Those are special times. Special times, special moments. Spring break is a special moment. Take a look at this. This is not a shot from the surface of the moon. No, this is Daytona Beach, Florida. Looking live at Daytona, where the high today, 68 degrees and showers. Highs going into the upper 70s throughout the week. Bike week kicked off yesterday. Always a fun time. All right, let me tell you what's going to happen here in terms of the forecast. Cloudy skies today. You might see some appearance of the sun here and there, but notice as we get into Sunday, a mix of sun and clouds and 72 degrees. It warms up on Monday, but some scattered showers in the mix. More of that came from on Wednesday, but Tuesday, what a banner day. Sun and clouds, 83 degrees. Beautiful from Daytona all the way to Ponce Inlet. It is going to be spectacular. Get out there and make the most of it. As we dive into the rest of the forecast, what we can expect is, again, the chance of more of those scattered showers going north to places like, say, Tallahassee or maybe farther south. Rain is going to be sporadic at times, so just keep that in mind. So, again, you might want to keep the umbrellas handy if you're going out to play around the golf. Might have some issues there, too, so just be advised. But suntan oil, or sunscreen rather, might be needed on both Sunday and Tuesday. All right, Kate, let's send it right over to you.
Okay, Reynolds, from the Gulf Coast to the southeast, get those umbrellas ready. Over the next few days, you're going to be pretty soggy. We've got the details on the rain that'll come down. Plus, parking space savers in and around Boston. They are the way of life, especially after you dig out that parking space. Chairs and other household items used to hold spots after being dug out from the snow. They are being tossed out, but where are they going? We've got the answer. And you know what? It is just amazing out there, wouldn't you say, Reynolds?
I would say so. I think he agrees. Look at that.
Snowman has the right frame of mind. Look at this. He is thinking summer, which we love. And I love the little American umbrella, too. That red, white, and blue right there. We're thinking about July 4th for you, bud. We hope that you get to thaw out soon. Although, like Olaf, you'll find out what happens in summer.
Yeah, not really good.
You may not like it too
Not
much.
that we want to be drips or anything, but that's probably good.
Share your pictures with us.
Hurry! There's a hot offer for heartburn sufferers. Now try Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com. Hurry! It's free this week only. No pill relieves heartburn faster. Get Zantac free at ZantacOffers.com.
Busy week? Oh yeah. I got a pile of work, presentation tomorrow, daily workout, in-laws on Sunday.
Make time every day for Barocca. It supports mental sharpness and physical energy.
Barocca!
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Visit Golfsmith for the largest selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this, when you're really only covered for this. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Right now at Men's Warehouse, save on select clearance items. Get clearance suits for only $149.99. Clearance non-iron dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
I need to talk to you. I got something wrong with me.
Julianne Moore is the winner of the Academy Award.
I have Alzheimer's disease.
The winner of the Golden Globe Award.
I hate this is happening to me.
And the winner of the Screen Actors Guild Award.
I am not suffering. I am struggling.
Flawless, mesmerizing, pitch perfect.
To live in the moment, I tell myself, it's really all I can do.
Still Alice, rated PG-13. Now playing only in theaters.
Every Sunday, the Titans of Weather bring the rain. Geek Out, Sundays at noon on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 65 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You know you're going to go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
So let's go!
I've never been so terrified.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
Ooh, it's going to be a soaker in spots this weekend. Here's a look from Atlanta, from the Coca-Cola World headquarters there. How about New Orleans? We're taking a live look there. And we've got a live look at Dallas, Texas as well, because these are all spots that are going to see a bit of a soaker in the coming days. How about 5 inches or more in New Orleans? That is a lot of rainfall expected. So let's talk about what exactly is causing this and why we're going to see so much moisture here. So the jet has dipped a little farther south, across the south. So it's going to be a little stronger. What happens, we get these little spurts of energy, these little upper disturbances, kind of like little waves in the atmosphere. They're going to bring on some of these showers and take that moisture that's already in place. And it's going to create widespread area, a big swath, and kind of little impulses to see those showers kicked up. So this is what happens starting tomorrow. We've got the showers across Texas into Louisiana, stretching into Alabama. By Monday, that's where we see them move, starting to move into Georgia, into the Carolinas, as far north as the Delmarva, and you even have some thunderstorms in the mix. Look at the place that stays wet, though. See how this rain kind of moves off to the east, but kind of just rotates? We keep the moisture over Mississippi, over Louisiana, so you can expect some higher rain totals there. We do have scattered thunderstorms across Florida for Wednesday. A lot of those spring training games could be affected by that. This is what it looks like, though, as far as these rain totals. I mean, spots across Tennessee, on down south into Alabama, places like Demopolis, Alabama, and then you stretch over into Mississippi, and then on down into southeast Louisiana. You could see 5 inches or more of rain, which is enough to cause some flooding issues with small streams and urban areas. So keep that in mind. It is going to be kind of a slow and steady thing, but if you just get that much relentless rain over days, we could see a couple of those issues. Other places like Little Rock, Dallas, Houston, you're going to be more, a little bit lighter here, but even Atlanta could see 3 inches or more of rain. Take a look at the forecast for New Orleans. Man, look at that. Sunday, not too bad. So today and tomorrow, maybe now's the time to get outside, because by Monday, you're picking up close to ½ an inch of rain. We're going to kick that up into full gear by Thursday, an additional inch of rain. So this is how much you're getting every single day, which is why over 5 inches is a very real possibility. Take a look at your forecast. Nice this weekend. Hey, Reynolds, if I were anywhere this weekend, Sunday in New Orleans, I'd be down the French Quarter. I think that'd be exactly where I'd like to be, because starting out by Monday, you got rain back in the forecast.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to make the most of it down there. And maybe with a hurricane. Not the weather hurricane. You know where I was going with that. All right, folks, so it has been a tradition for years in and around the Boston area. We're talking about digging out parking spots and then saving them with whole household items. Well, they're not doing that anymore, because those parking spot savers are being picked up and tossed out. Dave Malkoff has more from Somerville, Massachusetts.
Massive snow moving machines don't even faze people in the Boston area anymore. But one lonely chair You better notice that.
That's my trick is the Explorer right there.
Danielle Griffin dug it out of the snow and saved the spot. That's kind of what you do around here. Just not anymore.
I mean, the city took everything.
And they're dumping it in one big pile.
It's something.
An oil drum, whatever that thing was.
Oh my God, it's like a smorgasbord of everybody's junk.
Even if it doesn't say it explicitly, this one does. They all mean the same thing. That's taller than you.
Yeah. Oh, it took my husband shoveling 4 or 5 hours.
Even if it did, you're not allowed to save that spot. The law in Boston suburbs like Somerville is, paraphrasing here, finders keepers.
They think it belongs to somebody else, and it doesn't. I don't agree with that. I know by law we're not supposed to.
There's an unwritten rule in the Boston area that you just don't mess with someone's parking space they took 6 hours to dig out. This pile is a testament to all that and to creativity when it comes to space savers. Look at this. Somebody actually put a real Somerville police barricade on their spot, but it was bogus. And it got tossed in the pile.
Well, then we're picking up our own property. Anything goes. We're taking it all. I've lost my soul this winter. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's in a horrible funk because of the weather and how bad it's been.
Despite the law, this spot-saving business has been pitting neighbor against neighbor.
She was yelling at us. She had a posse of her crew outside.
He literally just parked his car on top of the spot savers.
I pulled in and she said, "That's our spot."
They moved their car, but...
While this pile will eventually melt, no amount of spring sun will do the same to this one. That's why there's actually a plan to turn all this junk into some kind of art project.
Once the snow finally does melt, we can have a Goodbye Snow Festival.
That is, if spring ever does come to New England.
Because I heard the birds singing this morning, and I was like, okay, that's a sign. Maybe. Probably not.
In the hopeful-sounding Somerville, Massachusetts, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we're going to take that snow and we're going to try and get it out of the way. That's going to be a really big effort.
That is going to be a huge effort. You know, and another big effort is people have to deal with another after effect from the winter weather. We're talking potholes.
What's underneath that snow?
It's a mess, Kate. It really is. And we're going to talk about how these messy, nasty, gross things form. In your home state of Texas, they're a big problem.
Oh,
can you believe it?
I can believe it.
Yep.
And how about Dr. Greg Postel? He's here with to take a look at what is a lack of winter weather update, which we love to hear. But what are we going to see next week and the week to come? We're taking a look at your long-range forecast so you can plan.
Hey, pal. You ready? Can you pick me up at 6:30?
I'm here.
Too late.
I'll go for 5 minutes. Move it. Killing me. You know what, Dad? I'm good.
It may be quite a while before he's ready, but our Subaru Legacy will be waiting for him.
The longest-lasting midsize sedan in its class, the 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
You know you're going to go out in bad weather.
We're willing to take a lot of risk.
He has no heartbeat, he's got no pulse.
These people are counting on us.
No one else can do this but her.
She can't handle it.
I want to go. And if you're killed, make sure you get it on camera.
Show them what it costs to be friends with Katniss Everdeen.
President Snow, if we burn, you burn with us.
The phenomenon continues. Own or rent The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 anytime. Instantly access your favorite movies by going to Xfinity On Demand and visiting the movies section. Own or rent your favorites with Xfinity On Demand.
Imagine waking up every morning to a beautiful, lush, perfectly manicured lawn. You don't have to imagine anymore. Located in Jupiter, Synthetic Turf International is the global leader in synthetic landscape solutions, putting greens, and functional activity services. And STI Jupiter was just chosen to provide and install the synthetic turf for the tailgate field next to this year's college football championship game in Dallas. So stop at the mowing. Let our trained staff show you how your lawn can start paying you. Call for a free quote. Synthetic Turf International.
So call now, 1-800-708-1548. Online at drlogsplitter.com.
This March, one man's trash. This is perfect. Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier. Brainstormers, premiering Sunday, March 22nd, only on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your Local on the 8s, brought to you by Lowe's, who remind you to turn your clocks ahead. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Busy week. Oh yeah. I got a pile of work, presentation tomorrow, daily workout, in-laws on Sunday.
Make time every day for Barocca. It supports mental sharpness and physical energy.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
From ice and snow to rain and a warm-up, it has been quite a few rough weeks across the Lone Star State. And with all that weather, well, it's been creating a new, bigger problem for Texas drivers. We're talking about potholes.
Take a small car like that, hit one of them potholes. They don't take a whole lot to bend that suspension. It creates a lot of work.
All right, well, those things began surfacing in Denton, just outside Dallas last week, where body shops are still playing catch-up with everything from busted tires and rims to messed up suspensions. Potholes cover many major roadways across the Metroplex right now, especially spots that saw a lot of ice and a lot of plows and trucks. All right, so let's talk about how these things form. It's pretty interesting. What happens is they flip from cold weather to precipitation to warmer weather. That whole pattern makes potholes very likely. You've got water that seeps into the road through bad cracks in the road. Then when the water freezes, it begins to expand, and it also expands some of that, well, the cement. And when that happens, it creates little air pockets. When traffic rides over, that weight, the gravity of it, creates a lot of stress, and things begin to pop. Also, the sun and warmth is going to melt the ice to form the hole, and the additional stress, again, from the weight of the vehicles, causes the road to buckle and then break, and it gets worse with more and more passing cars. So it's kind of a self-fulfilling proposition. You're going to have more and more of these things moving right on through. More of this process creates a lot of headaches. Hey, no more headaches for us. Let's talk about some happy spring-like conditions with Dr. Postel and Kate. Hopefully you guys have some good news for people dealing with the potholes.
Reynolds, we always make Dr. Postel bring us the bad news, but today I think you got some good stuff up your sleeve.
I am trying, and Mother Nature is definitely helping out. Let's have a look at the Climate Prediction Center's probability map for the next 2 weeks. In other words, where it's more likely to be above average temperature-wise and where it's more likely to be below average. I think the aboves are taking the cake here compared to the belows. And notice that's kind of peculiar. Why would it be below average there, but yet, you know, likely above average in the northern plains?
Right, because if you watch the Weather Channel often, you're always talking about all this cold air out of Canada.
Yeah, coming this way, right?
So we're talking about not necessarily cold, but below average in Texas. But why? Dr. Postel, why?
I think, Kate, and I know you know the answer to this, that we both are looking at some energy coming in from the Pacific, bringing more rainy times to the southern part of the U.S. And you can kind of see that on the satellite pictures right now. See some of these high clouds swirling in there? This is part of a larger pattern that is showing itself really over the Pacific. Kate, look at these high altitude winds flowing in from the tropical Pacific into the U.S., helping to make it milder, but also unfortunately rainier in the southern part.
Right, so we're seeing going up over the mountains of Mexico on into Texas with some of those clouds and stuff, but it doesn't stop there, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's really originating, at least part of it is anyway, from a cluster of large thunderstorms in the Pacific. It's a large area that has got nasty weather out that way, and you can see all these gnarly thunderstorms out there, huge tops. And you might think, okay, well, so what? This is on the other side of the world. How does that impact the weather here.
Well, I like the size perspective on this because that's Australia there. They're on...
right there. So we're covering thousands and thousands of miles of lots of thunderstorms, and those thunderstorms tend to alter the jet stream pattern because the high altitude winds coming out atop those thunderstorms.
Which you can see that happening to some of those on this satellite imagery, this wisping away right at the top.
Yep, it interacts with the jet stream, makes it faster, and it makes it do some strange wiggles downstream like cracking a whip, you know? All of a sudden you get these, whoa, what is that going on? So the idea that we've got tons of thunderstorms out there enhances the jet stream pattern over the Pacific, and that in turn influences our weather here in the U.S., bringing more mild air from the Pacific instead of from the north in Canada, but also more rainy times because it's got that tropical connection across the south.
So we're not talking cold by any stretch of the imagination, but Bismarck being 21 degrees above average next weekend and Dallas only being 2 degrees above average. That's what you're talking about.
That's right. And so we've got that mild flow. You can see that very clearly, the Pacific influence over the northern tier, but it is also bringing those rainier times, we think, to parts of the south, which is why you don't see those huge departures there in the south. We're kind of at average there, or maybe a little above, but really the big anomalies are in the northern plains, and they need it. Congratulations to you. If you live out there, I feel for you. You've been through a rough time.
Reynolds, he's already planning your next weekend's barbecue plans, so make them now, I think.
Absolutely, yeah, man. Sign them up, and yeah, we'll get the beer list going. All right, folks, millions are starting their weekend bundled up this morning, specifically parts of the Northeast where they're dealing with some record lows today. A look at the cities feeling the chill days after getting smacked around by Winter Storm Thor. And from cabin fever to spring fever, the southern plains getting a dose of weather whiplash, where temperatures are pushing 70 degrees today. Stick around, guys. We'll see you in a few. Little flowers.
So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. So großartige Autos werden nur in Deutschland gebaut. Ach, verdammt! I said it 3 times and it's still not true.
Performance is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
Fiber One now makes cookies. Find them in the cookie aisle.
Americans, 83% try to eat healthy, yet up to 90% fall short in getting key nutrients from food alone. Let's do more. Add one-a-day women's gummies, complete with key nutrients we may need, plus it supports bone health with calcium and vitamin D. One-a-day VitaCraves gummies.
I don't know what I should do next.
Do what everybody else does. Start a business. Build yourself a website.
Welcome to T.O.'s Humble Pie.
With Wix.com.
Let's party!
We make it easy to create your own all-pro website. All by yourself.
Farve and carve.
You did that yourself?
Don't look so surprised.
Go to Wix.com. Create your website today.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
You only know in a fire to get out, to escape. And now, okay, you're outside and you're safe. What do you do now? And that's where the Red Cross came in. We ran out of the house just wearing our pajamas. At that point, just to even have a toothbrush that I could call my own was so important. You know, it just makes you feel like a person again.
Every 8 minutes, the American Red Cross responds to a home fire or other emergency. You can help. Please donate now.
The English crown has been protected for thousands of years.
I'm asking Parliament to abolish the monarchy.
What does that mean, exactly?
We are not a normal family.
The Royals, March 15th, only on E!
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
When you go out there, it's dangerous.
How about a little warm spot in your morning? Winter Storm Thor brought out the best in two parents in Pennsylvania. This is video of two bald egos in Hanover, Pennsylvania. The snow piling up over their little chicklets, or I'm sorry, their eaglets. The bald eagle parents, they spread their wings and hovered over their nest to protect their youngins, just like Reynolds does with his wolf pack.
Exactly. And just like how we feed our kids, we basically take raw food that we regurgitate and feed it into our kids' mouths.
So you guys have a lot in common with this.
Very much so, yes, and we both brought feathers. Story for another time. According to the Eagle Center, well, it's an amazing thing that we're able to see, but they are protecting their young with the big wings.
Oh, Reynolds,
yes.
thanks for protecting us.
Won't be the first time, folks.
It's a cold studio. We need it. All right, welcome to AMHQ Weekend. I'm Kate Parker, along with Reynolds and Dr. Greg Post.
This guy. That's right. And from the record cold to spring fever to the soggy south, we got you covered this morning.
Tons of stuff to cover. I mean, really, it seems like the weather's quiet, but I'm telling you, there are some weather patterns around the world that are influencing us. And one of those happens to be associated with, look at this, a very strong typhoon, the equivalent of a hurricane, that is forecasted to develop over the South Pacific. There's Australia on the picture. Believe it or not, the activity out that way on the other side of the world has something to do with our weather here and our warm-up. I'll talk about that at 50 past the hour. Kate and Reynolds, what do you think?
Oh,
dude, that's a crazy ride out there, and that's a crazy ride right here. Take a look at what we've got for you. A ride down the rocky steps or snowy steps of Philadelphia, but I guess we're doing day ahead first, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to look, but look at this. Oh, this map is beautiful. We don't have much going on, but let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening in a very cold spot. Philadelphia, 11 degrees right now.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, conditions are pretty nice. Got clear skies. It feels like it's at 0. Sunny, though. And then as we make our way through the remains of the day, though, we can expect things to warm up a little bit. Certainly an improvement in what we've seen over the last couple of days.
Yeah, and you know what's been happening in Philly?
What's that?
People have been sledding. It's pretty cool.
Is it time to show the video finally?
I think we're going to see some snow melt, especially overnight. So enjoy it now while there is still snow. It's a rocky slide down some steps.
That's right. This is what we were talking about. These thrill seekers are sledding down the stairs of the Philadelphia Art Museum. The steps made famous in the movie Rocky. And they better take advantage of it while it lasts, because the highs are going to reach the 40s today. It is going to be a pretty interesting time there, to say the very least. But, you know, as much as these folks... Boy, that looked painful, didn't it? As much as these folks seem to be enjoying themselves, I think most people are seriously looking forward to warmer times ahead. All right, do we toss it over to Kate right now?
Yeah, because we got to ring the bell, Reynolds.
Do it.
We got to ring that bell. There it is. New record. We ring the bell when we count them in. We've got 7 degrees for your new record low in Baltimore. Your old record was 10 degrees. That was set back in 1960. So we are definitely seeing a very chilly morning, but we're bringing you this hopefulness and these thoughts of spring because you need them so badly, especially in the Northeast, where this morning, 7 degrees, Wilmington, Delaware. That's a new record for you. We've also seen a new record happening or flirted with in Philadelphia. We've seen a new record flirted with in New York, thankfully staying a little warmer than that this morning. So that is a little bit of good news. It is definitely going to be one of those really cold days, however, and you're kind of experiencing a bit of a whiplash here. So let's go ahead and talk about that weather whiplash, Reynolds, and what we've got moving and grooving.
That's right, a weather whiplash, almost like we're the Indiana Jones of weather whiplash. I mean, take a look at Thursday, 39 degrees at the snow showers, then Dallas, boom, look at that.
Well, bam.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice little turnaround for us.
Yeah, we're talking temperatures back in the 50s. Then Washington, D.C., another one of the places where we've seen things really go from feast to famine. Yeah, I know, single digits to 55, Kate.
That is 3 degrees this morning. Yep. I mean, can you feel it?
No, and I'm glad we can. I can think it, and I'm sure you folks can too.
I like the 55 though. Memphis, another place that saw a lot of snow on Thursday, but this upcoming Wednesday, that's a big old change.
It certainly is, going from the 30s to 61 degrees, a trade-off with sunny clouds, the drier air coming through, and what a difference it's going to make.
Raleigh, you've got a big change from yesterday to tomorrow. Look at that, 38 degrees yesterday. Reynolds, I'll let you get the good news.
Yeah, yum, yum, give me some. Look at that, 63 degrees and mostly sunny skies. I mean, dig 'em smacks in terms of weather. It is going to be absolutely spectacular.
Get some of that North Carolina barbecue.
That sounds good.
I
yeah.
like that vinegar-based sauce. How about Corpus Christi, Texas? Another good place to get some barbecue, but today, not maybe the best to be outside. We've got rain in the forecast, a lot of rain. That's going to be keeping your temperatures down a little bit across the south. Let's talk about this because it is going to be a lot of moisture over several days. It is going to change how you make those plans, starting with your weekend, of course. Starting on this Saturday, you've got some rain in the forecast. Now, tomorrow, you really see things kick up in Houston where you could see over 1.25 inches of rainfall. That's a lot of rain in one day, and we just keep on keeping on all the way into Monday. Now, the old record is just over 1 inch of rainfall both days, and it looks like we could break those records if the forecast holds in Houston Sunday and Monday. So not just rain, record-breaking rain. It's definitely going to be a damper on your Sunday plans, on your Monday plans. You know, when you're trying to get the kids off to school on Monday morning and it's already tough enough, and then you add rain to it, that's what we could experience throughout this next week. Look at this. Several days of showers starting in Texas, but going all the way to the Carolinas. So we've got a lot of rain to come until the early part of this week. We're starting first tomorrow across Texas. Far out in West Texas, you may actually get some rumbles of thunder, but in Houston, it's the showers. It's the downpours into Louisiana on Monday that stretch into Alabama as well. Then look what happens by Tuesday. We start to spread on into the Carolinas, even Lexington, Kentucky, where you saw all that snow. Now you're going to be drenched with some rainfall. And then on Wednesday, we've got scattered thunderstorms in Florida, which could cause some problems for spring training games. We've got quite a lot of rain across Alabama and into Mississippi, but notice where that rain doesn't really move. It just kind of rotates along. It always stays wet from Tennessee on down into southeast Louisiana. We could see over 5 inches of rain, which is enough to cause some small flooding concerns. Reynolds.
Yeah, that is a huge problem, but you got to find the good where we have it. We do have some for you. Take a listen to this, folks. So far, 2015 has been the quietest tornadic start in nearly 10 years. Dr. Greg Forbes is in the lab for us to explain why we've dealt with so few tornadoes. Plus, it has been a winter full of depressing weather. Now, we know humans are really feeling the impacts both emotionally and also physically, but now there's evidence that animals are being affected as well. We're going to speak with a doctor who is studying this phenomena, and his findings may actually surprise you more than a little bit. Oh, take a look at this beautiful shot. Linda sent this one in from Chicago. Linda, I know you've been dealing with the snow. Now you got the flowers. Enjoy.
I'm outside. Where are you? I'm right here. I'm in the Buick. I don't see a Buick. Oh, got it.
Encore, the expectation-shattering crossover from Buick.
Wow.
Lease this 2015 Encore with these premium services for 24 months for around $199 per month.
Busy week? Oh yeah. I got a pile of work, presentation tomorrow, daily workout, in-laws on Sunday.
Make time every day for Barocca. It supports mental sharpness and physical energy.
Right now at Men's Warehouse, save on select clearance items. Get clearance suits for only $149.99. Clearance non-iron dress shirts for $29.99. Plus, buy one, get one free on almost everything else in the store. Confidence suits you. Only at Men's Warehouse.
What's he doing? You think I have time to run into?
Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
Your relationship with your dog is pure. It's innocent. It's work, but it's perfect. You wouldn't trade it for the world. So protect your dog with Trifexis. Trifexis is the monthly beef-flavored tablet that prevents heartworm disease, kills fleas, and prevents infestations, and treats and controls hook, round, and whipworm infections. Treatment with fewer than 3 monthly doses after exposure to mosquitoes may not provide complete heartworm prevention. The most common adverse reactions were vomiting, depression, and itching. Serious adverse reactions have been reported following concurrent extra-label use of ivermectin with spinosad, one of the components of Trifexis. Prior to administration, dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection. You'll take it all, the good and the bad, because that's what makes your relationship irreplaceable. Protect your dog all year long with the 3-in-1 power of Trifexis, available by prescription only. Talk to your veterinarian about how to protect every second you share together.
From the very start, I wanted Fitcore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Get 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com. Plus, for every $40 you spend, earn $10 in Vistaprint cash.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 60%. Tonight, cloudy with showers. Low 71. Winds east-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 70%. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 70%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And in this morning's weather and play, we take you out to Breckenridge, Colorado. The ski resort is boasting 22 new inches of snow over the last week, and that brings their season total up to 275 inches of snowfall. Forecast of Breckenridge, you want it? We got it. There you go. Saturday, we get a little bit of a break from the snowfall. 43 degrees with plenty of sunshine. But then Sunday, take a look. By the afternoon, we see the clouds come in and the scattered snow showers would follow. 38 degrees is going to be the temperature. Keep in mind, though, that is going to be the temperature in the downtown. Now, if you happen to go up on the peaks, as you know very well, with those slopes and the direction they face, it is going to be very, very chilly with the wind. It's going to be even colder, but hey, more of the beautiful snowfall. All right, folks, it has been 11 days since the last tornado touched down here in the United States. This was the last one that you're seeing in Bakersfield, California. That was back on February 23rd. It was rated as an EF0, and it was seen for roughly 10 minutes or so. Now, luckily, this twister caused minimal damage to the area, and this year, believe it or not, has been the quietest tornadic start to the year since 2004. With more on why there's been such little activity, let's head over to Dr. Greg Forbes.
We've gotten to the time of year when typically the tornado threat ramps up. We've been off to a very slow start. Of course, a lot of that has to do with this winter pattern that we've been in that has had us cold and stable, too stable for those tornadoes. Way below average February, in fact, only had 2 tornadoes compared to an average of 36, so that's 94% below average. And the year to date, 27, we've only had 4 tornadoes since January 4th. We had most of these tornadoes back in the 3rd and 4th of January, so we're 2/3 below average thus far. Now, in terms of the March tornadoes, we tend to get about 78 on average. Last year, we only had 20 for the whole month. The record month back in 1976, we had a lot of tornado outbreaks, and so that gave us 186 tornadoes. Now, some of those outbreaks can be pretty large. The average for a whole month is 78. One outbreak in 2006 had 74 alone, and others have had over 50, so we can get some pretty big outbreaks. When the tornadoes occur, they tend to be in these red shaded areas, either above average areas. The numbers indicate 5 times above the national average for Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida, and additional areas there as you see in red. It's been very quiet this year because the jet stream has coming in from the northwest, and that means cold air has been driving into much of the country, and that is too stable for tornadoes. The pattern changes a little bit here. You see in the forecast for the end of the coming week, the jet stream goes up into Canada, allows some warm air to come into the U.S., a bit of a southern branch actually comes in from the southwest, and so that by Friday and Saturday could actually give us the beginning of what will be somewhat of a ramping up severe weather threat. So stay safe, everybody. Remember your tornado safety rules. Indoors, lowest innermost portion of a sturdy building. Have something maybe like a helmet to protect your head. Back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Dr. Forbes. Now, whether it's a winter storm, a thunderstorm, hurricane, or tornado, severe weather obviously stresses people out. And we have seen the emotional toll all this winter weather has taken on people from Colorado to the Cape. But for the first time ever, there may be physical proof that animals also get stressed out by severe weather. Joining us now on the phone this morning is Dr. Jeremy Ross. Good morning to you, Jeremy.
Good morning.
So you're in Oklahoma, you're doing some research. The research findings that you have found is that you are looking at physical ramifications on some of these grasshopper sparrows from an event that dated back to May 31st, 2013, the El Reno tornado, correct?
Yes. Yeah, so we had a ongoing field site there, and we were studying these grasshopper sparrows. And when we started catching these birds on the ground, we started noticing this phenomenon in the feathers where they were lacking coloration in certain bands across them. And usually that's rare within the population, less than 2%, but we were finding it at about 45% of the juveniles of the year were showing these bands. So immediately we asked what potentially could have caused this. And, you know, being in Norman, I immediately thought, well, El Reno was very close to that F5 tornado in May 31st, 2013, and could that have potentially caused that? Well, this site wasn't hit by the tornado, but it was hit by 2-inch plus size hail.
So, Dr. Ross, these are sparrows. You were out doing this field research, and you noticed the strange colored, the less of that vibrant hue on the feathers first, and then you go back and you say, "Hey, wait a second, this could coincide with a weather event." What led you to kind of draw these two together?
Well, it was just that, as I said, it was such a rare event, and generally those pallid bands are associated with a stress event in birds, and to see them in such high rates.
Hey, Dr. Ross, I'm going to have you hold on for just 1 second here because we have to go to a break. We're going to get you your local on the 8th, but we want to come back and talk to you because this is fascinating. This is one of the first times that we're seeing physical ramifications from severe weather. That's next.
Weather in Play brought to you by Audi, proud sponsor of the U.S. ski team.
Grandpa Bodie, Grandma said you used to be out of control.
Really? I guess I did take some risks. I trained a little bit differently. I was a little too honest sometimes. The media is useless.
You were out of control.
But not always.
I have the worst cold with this runny nose. I better take something.
Dayquil Cold and Flu doesn't treat your runny nose.
Seriously?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Cough fights your worst cold symptoms plus your runny nose.
Oh, what a relief it is.
He's out there. There's a guy out there who's making a name for himself in a sport where your name and maybe a number are what define you. Somewhere in that pack is a driver that could intimidate the intimidator. A guy that could take the King 7 and make it 8. Heck, maybe even 9. Make no mistake about it, they're out there. I guarantee it. Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
It's a little-known fact that when you whip up a bowl of smooth, buttery, Hungry Jack mashed potatoes on fish stick night, they'll honor you with a moment of silence. Award-winning Hungry Jack mashed potatoes.
Helping your kids get fewer cavities can take enthusiasm, discipline, or just Act Kids Scooby-Doo Rinse. It tastes great and helps reduce cavities up to 40%. So it's all good. Act Kids. Kids love it. Cavities don't.
So call now, 1-800-708-1548. Online at drlogsplitter.com.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s brought to you by Lowe's, who remind you to turn your clocks ahead. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Busy week? Oh yeah. I got a pile of work, presentation tomorrow, daily workout, in-laws on Sunday.
Make time every day for Barocca. It supports mental sharpness and physical energy.
Barocca!
Lowe's presents How to Make a Friend Speak When She's Speechless.
Wow, Kim, I'm speechless. Your new bathroom looks so beautiful, I can't even talk right now. I literally can't even open my mouth to talk.
Now get the Moen Caldwell faucet for $79 at Lowe's.
Currently in our area, 64 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, afternoon showers. High 78. Winds north-northeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Chance of rain 50%. Tonight, showers. Low. Sunday, overcast with rain showers at times. High 78. Chance of rain 60%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to AMHQ Weekend. We're joined again by Dr. Jeremy Ross. Now, he led the study at the Oklahoma Biological Survey, and we're talking about the grasshopper sparrow. What we've already talked about is a major event. April 31st, 2013, the El Reno tornado. Where these sparrows lived, there was 2.2-inch hail. So, Dr. Ross, what I hear you saying is that just one severe event caused enough stress on these birds to actually change their physical development?
Yeah, that's what happens. So during a stress event, these birds will actually start to release certain chemicals into their bloodstream, and that chemical signature is taken up into the feathers when they're growing. And so when we plucked these young birds' feathers and looked at the chemical signatures within those feathers, in that pallid band that I was talking about earlier, the stress mark, we saw a spike in these signatures. And when we went back to the demography of the population and looked at when we would have expected these juveniles to be hatched, we would have expected about 45% to have hatched by May 31st. So we extrapolated that back to the May 31st event and said, this is what happened. This is what caused these stress marks.
Dr. Ross, I'm going to put this link on my social media pages. You can check Twitter, you can check Facebook there to get more information on this incredible research, and we'll see how we can kind of interpolate that into humans in the future. Thank you so much, Dr. Ross. Back to you, Reynolds and Dr. Pothole in the lab.
All right, thanks so much. Very interesting. And you know what else is interesting is the pattern or really lack of active weather going on right now.
But is it really, Reynolds? You and I were talking about that. Look at the satellite pictures. You might not see a whole lot, but I do. I see a lot of interesting stuff. I see some clouds coming into the U.S. from the southwest, from the Pacific Ocean. That is a upper level wind flow that is helping to bring warmer times to the U.S.
Nice.
And you can even trace it back to the central Pacific, right over Hawaii. Perhaps a little bit of a Pineapple Express going on here. And look, it can go back even further to a monster collection of really bad thunderstorms out in the southwest Pacific. That enhanced thunderstorm activity is with the outflow. The flow atop those thunderstorm Reynolds is actually helping to strengthen that jet stream, and that's where we're seeing that strong wind come in to parts of the U.S. It does have some real connection to the tropical Pacific, so our mild weather over the next couple of days and potentially rainy weather in the southern tier has that tropical feel to it. I can almost smell pineapples, can you?
I can. I was wondering what that was. I knew it was aftershave or something you had, but there you go.
I put the pineapple juice on today. And next Sunday, watch out for temperatures in the 60s in many locations. Unfortunately, the Northeast, a little slow to warm up.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to let you know if your forecast is going to pass the smell test that's coming up in just a few moments. See ya.
Before 3, 2, 1, we build built a gateway to the cosmos. Follow in the steps of heroes on the Kennedy Space Center bus tour, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Busy week? Oh yeah. I got a pile of work, presentation tomorrow, daily workout, in-laws on Sunday.
Make time every day for Barocca. It supports mental sharpness and